challenges have been issued, and certainly we hope that soon we will be seeing some of those challenges coming to fruition. I'm sure that we will. Hi, everybody. I'm Ted Webb along with Gene Ligon, and you are in tune to the North American Wrestling Association, where, Gene, we have a fantastic card tonight. We'll be seeing the American Bulldogs in action. Maniac Matt Bourne will be in action, and we will see the return of the sensational Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
I can't wait to see Ricky the Dragon. You're talking about the best of the best right there on NAWA Wrestling.
No doubt about it. The Nasty Boys will also be in action today. I can't wait for the action to get started. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's turn it over to our ring announcer, Fabian Fuente.
This section is tag team action. Making their way to the ring right now, weighing a combined 550 pounds, here are Spike and Rexx, the American Bulldogs.
Fight on, put the fight on, put the fight on you. Put the fight on, put the fight on, put the fight on you. Doing 80 on the pitch tonight.
Their opponents, weighing in at 238 pounds from Charlotte, North Carolina, Mike Rexx. His partner, weighing 228 pounds from parts unknown, here is Dr. X.
X and Rexx against Spike and Rexx, the American Bulldogs, in a tag team match. Ted Webb and Gene Ligon of the North American Wrestling Association. Ricky the Dragon, Steamboat, Curtis Thompson, the Nasty Boys, Matt Bourne. Boy, we got a host of people that we're going to be seeing in action today, including a six-man Australian tag team match later on with Dean Malenko, Vince Torrelli, and Mark Fleming taking on the Ringlords and Tommy Landell. Mike Rexx into the ring right now against Rexx of the Bulldogs. Got him with a nice hip lock, and he's going back into the corner to talk it over with Rexx. That is Spike, by the way, in the ring. Excuse me.
Well, I'd go in the corner and talk it over, too, after that move.
Well, he's got him up for a full body slam. Boom.
Apparently it worked, Ted.
Yeah. Nice maneuver by the bar. Did you see him flipping? Leg power galore. Nice arm drag takedown. Another arm drag takedown. Well, it was a combination of arm drag and hip lock, and now he says, you wanted a body slam? Eat that one. Well, I'm seeing a little rough edge to the Bulldogs today. Huh? Look at this. Look at this. Little intimidation factor from the Dogs.
Well, as the weeks go by, the confidence does grow.
No doubt about it. Dr. Rexx into the ring, making the tag. In there against Spike. Spike working on that left shoulder. Dr. Rexx look familiar to you, Gene?
Well, Purple People Eater comes to mind.
The Purple People Eater. The Bulldogs in action. The Bulldogs on a... Wow, nice maneuver. I thought he had him up for a suplex, and then next thing you know, he just dropped him.
He just kind of picked him up, tossed him around like a sack of potatoes. A purple sack.
A purple sack of potatoes. The Bulldogs on a collision course with the Nasty Boys. They can't help but have that match soon. Fans want it, promoters want it. It's just a matter of getting the Nasties to sign the contract.
I can't wait to see it. The Bulldogs are definitely after the Nasty Boys. These Nasty Boys are a style of their own. And the Bulldogs.
What can you say about the Bulldogs? I mean, you talk about steel meeting steel there. Had him in a chin lock. Getting him up now, taking him into the corner where he makes the tag. Rexx coming into the ring. We're going to see a little double teaming here. From the side, the knee lift. That's like a trap play in football.
Sure is. Coming from all sides. You don't know where it's coming from. First the stomach, then the side.
Well, if you loved rollerball, you're going to love North American wrestling because these guys here can go. These are the American Bulldogs.
They made a tag.
Boom. Nice leg dive.
Oops.
Top of the neck with an elbow.
Well, that's teamwork right there. They've been working on that. You can tell they've got a lot of things planned in their heads, what they want to do. And you just set the man up for him.
Dr. Rexx trying to fight back, but he's stunned right now. Those punches not carrying much authority, Gene.
Dr. X has got to realize that these are big men.
That to me would probably work a little bit better than an Excedrin or anything else in clearing a sinus infection, wouldn't it? I would be willing to bet he could breathe after a couple of those boot shots. A couple of the sinuses. He's trying to go for that mask. He is trying to go for that mask, and Dr. X working his way out of the ring. Gene, I've asked this question many times, and very few times have I received a satisfactory answer. Why would a wrestler wear a hood into the ring?
Well, the only thing I can think of is there's several reasons it could be. One, he doesn't want anybody to know who he is. That's the obvious reason. Another thing is it gives a sense of mystique. He might be a tremendous wrestler and can't get matches.
Sunset flip, but it didn't result in a pin.
Look at Mr. X. I just don't know where I've ever seen him before. Like Mr. Wrestling, of course, he had such a great reputation as an amateur. Nobody wanted him. That's why he wore a match.
Sure.
I don't know why Mr. X does.
Arm drag takedown. Mike Rexx gets a rude welcome back into the ring. Your referee for this match is Sal Correnti. Sal Correnti does an outstanding job, Gene.
He sure does. His father, of course, a New York policeman. The boxing league up there, works with Cal. Excellent. Was a singer at one time.
Sal Correnti.
His father was.
Oh, his father. I was going to say,
With the Belmonts.
I've heard, no kidding.
That's right.
One of the original Belmonts. Each time I steal a hubcap. I remember those songs. Dr. X in the ring against Spike. You're watching the American Bulldogs in action on the North American Wrestling Association.
See some good wrestling, back and forth moves here. No one's getting really advantage of anybody. But it looks like Mr. X has got a little bit of advantage. Look at the big arms he's playing those knees into.
Yes, sir. Better put a lot of knee into those arms if you want to hurt them. These guys are built. They are built. You can tell that they have very little downtime in training.
They're in the gym every day.
Every day.
Talking with David Isley just the other day. He's been working out with them a little bit himself, one of our wrestlers here. David says they train like animals.
Speaking of David Isley, you'll see him in action later on in the program. He'll be taking on maniac Matt Bourne. Nice man, David Isley.
Very nice.
Pride of North Carolina. Into the ropes. Dr. Rexx catches one into the midsection. Rexx coming into the ring. They got him up for a... Boom, that's that bomb. That's that super bomb from the top rope. That's got to hurt. Got to hurt. Hooks the leg, the count of 3, and the winners of this match, the American Bulldogs, Spike and Rexx. No surprise here. None whatsoever. They, one of the fastest rising tag team combinations. Let's take a look at our slow motion instant replay and describe the action, Gene.
Way high atop the ring ropes. He poses, he's up, he's down, a big elbow across the chest. And there's Sal Correnti for the 1, 2, 3 count. It's over.
Don't go away. Coming up next, Lean Mean Curtis Thompson will be taking on Tom Atlas from the North American Wrestling Association.
His opponent weighing 230 pounds from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Here is Tom Atlas.
Tom Atlas and Curtis Thompson in this next match. A one-fall event. And Curtis Thompson certainly made his debut in the North American Wrestling Association a successful one.
Curtis Thompson, of course, built very well. A bodybuilder in his own right. Was in the state championships for the heavyweight division.
Both of these guys are built well. Tom Atlas got a tremendous body on him.
Great athletes.
Nice maneuver, and Atlas takes canvas.
The quarter Nelson. Did an excellent move, used the leverage against the neck. Now that neck goes, you go.
Byron Richard, the official for this event. And he can well expect a little bit of lip from Curtis Thompson. That seems to be the norm here. Well, you can take a look at that kid's face. You know that that's a toughie. You look at the eyes of some of these guys, and you will know that that they're there to do some serious damage to you. Good amateur background, too, I'm told, Gene.
Curtis is an excellent wrestler. His only thing about him now is his attitude has changed tremendously. He doesn't believe he can do anything wrong.
You told me that when you first met him, he was an outstanding young man.
I don't know. He took off to Portland, and, of course, on the road, wrestling on the road like you have to do over the next couple years to be successful, you sometimes change. And apparently he has changed.
Well, they say money changes people, and I guess that Curtis right now has his eyes set on perhaps earning the purse that a champion would. And to become the champion, there's a lot of roads to take there. Obviously, Curtis has taken the shorter road. Firing away. That is not a legal wrestling maneuver. And Byron Richard has cautioned him repeatedly about it, and he looks at Byron like, what? There's one to the side of the head. Tom Atlas is stunned right now, Gene.
Well, he's pushing the officials in the NAW a little too far. I know he was pushing Sal Critty around last week, and there's been some talk.
You know, when officials get together, as they do often, and start talking, this could result in some problems for him down the road. Not only in terms of disqualification, but in terms of some fines from the commissioner.
That's right. I don't want an official against me. I want him on my side, if anything.
No doubt about it.
Neutral if possible.
Curtis Thompson, one of the many young faces in the North American Wrestling Association. Match that up along with Ranger Ross, and you will see that the top names in professional wrestling have come to the NAWA.
You see how Curtis threatened the referee? Of course, the referee took right over and told him, so you better not threaten me. And of course, Curtis backs off.
To quote his theme song, "Don't touch this." Into the ropes goes Atlas. Nice sunset flip. Got him over. 1, 2. Whoa! Did you see that nice little maneuver with his legs? Snapped his ears to break out of it, and then came right back and planted that big size 12 right in his face.
Well, there's the experience that Curtis has gotten over the last few years. Before sunset flip, he'd have kicked out, but then, what would he do then? Now he's aggressive. He goes after the man.
Went right after him.
You have to give the dog his due.
That's it. We tell you week after week that the most successful wrestlers are the ones that have developed that competitive edge, that aggressiveness.
I tell you, Curtis Thompson is definitely a lot more aggressive. I just don't like his attitude, his style.
Well, we'll get a chance to talk to Curtis Thompson later on in the program, and we'll question him about that, Gene. We'll ask him the tough questions. I can expect a tough answer. Super slam off the ropes. Atlas caught coming off the ropes. 1, 2, and he powers out. You can see right now that Curtis Thompson was not interested in pinning him there. I think he's looking for a good workout today. And that's Suplee. 1, 2. Out again goes Atlas. Reverse chinlock. Byron Richard checking to see if he's not choking.
I'm not trying to take a thing away from Curtis Thompson. He is an excellent athlete. He's showing me some excellent moves and some tremendous aggressiveness. It's just his attitude. He's not the same man, Andy. And once you know somebody and they've changed, you look at him with a little different color glasses.
No doubt about that, Jane.
Look at that. He's got his feet on the ropes.
A guy as talented as he does not need to use the illegal leverage.
I know he doesn't need to do it. That's what I don't understand.
That breaks your heart.
Feet on the ropes again, Ted. You see that?
Clearly, the fans calling the attention of Byron Richard. And Richard now asking the fans about it. You can see that bottom rope shaking there.
If most people out there have ever lifted any weights or anything, there he is, his foot on the ropes again.
He caught him. He caught him. He caught him. He went to the well once too often. And he is threatening right now disqualification. Byron Richard in complete control of this match.
He's on the edge. Right now, he's got Byron a little upset.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Tom Atlas right now trying to get a breather, and that's no way to get it. A flying press from the other end of the ring. 247 pounds of explosive mojo landing square on your chest. Yeah, you heard him. He says, "I got him, baby." He can sense victory right around the corner. Here he comes again. This time, Tom Atlas moves. And Curtis Thompson ends up with a belly full of turnbuckle.
Surprise, Curtis. Now, Tom Atlas is going at it. He must get a little more aggressive. This is where the conditioning must pay off. A drop kick against the turnbuckle, that is a lot of pressure against the man's back.
No doubt about it. Adding on to that pressure, this time Tom Atlas eaten up with a play from his own playbook. Curtis Thompson, I think, smells victory right now. You can see that look. You can see that look. He has him up. He threw him down like a sack of flour.
I don't know what kind of move that was.
I don't think he's trying to pin the guy, Gene. I think he's just playing with him right now.
He is definitely, wow, just being very arrogant.
Well, I tell you what, those bursal sacks are in danger right now as he rammed that shoulder into the turnbuckle. And now going back to work on that shoulder and again into the other turnbuckle. And you can see the look of pain on Tom Atlas's face. That's a lot of weight to have thrown on you. And now he's working on the elbow. He's applying the pressure. He's applying the pressure. This match is over. He has really done a job on Tom Atlas's shoulder. The winner of this match by submission, Curtis Thompson. And I think Tom Atlas is hurt, Jane. Tom Atlas has not gotten up. I do believe he is hurt. Let's take a look at the instant replay on slow motion camera. Describe the action.
Well, he's been working on the shoulder and the elbow. This is what's known as a chicken wing. And anybody ever wrestled high school and college knows a chicken wing can cause a lot of damage. And this right here, there is no such thing as a 45-degree rule in this sport.
No doubt about it. Byron Richard calling for the bell. The winner of this match is Curtis Thompson. Stick around because we've got a lot more coming up on the North American Wrestling Association.
My music hits so hard, makes me say. At 8 p.m. with an all-star card. And then in Newland, North Carolina at the Avery County High School, July 24th at 8 p.m. Be ready for that one. And then a great card comes to the Charlotte, North Carolina, Grady Cole Center, Monday night, July 23rd at 8 p.m. Tickets on sale at Camelot Music on Independence. You will see the American Bulldogs, Curtis Thompson, Dean Malenko, Bob Orton, the War Eagle Chris Chavis, and Mark Fleming. And then in main events, Ranger Ross and Bo Ragin take on the Nasty Boys. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat goes up against the Maniac Matt Bourne. And then in an NAWA title match, the champion, the Tennessee stud Robert Fuller, goes up against Vince Torrelli with Paul Jones in his corner. And you've got a tough one, Nasty Boys.
Yeah. Charlotte, North Carolina, no place that we'd rather be. You gotta be kidding me. Nothing happening, miserable town that it is. Let me tell you, we're gonna take it all out on you, Ranger Ross and Bo Ragin. How about it, Nasty Pop?
Well, Sagwe's wrestling the job so bros. Ranger Ross, the Nasty Boys are gonna hit you so hard, you're gonna think you're back in World War II having coffee with Patton. And Bo knows this and Bo knows that. Bo's gonna know how to get a punch in the face and lose a couple teeth.
The Maniac Matt Bourne, you've got your hands full tonight.
Oh, yeah, they're real full. I've got a legend I'm supposed to be going up against in Charlotte. Yeah, Ricky Steamboat's made quite a name for himself in the 80s, didn't he? He's kind of a legend around here in Charlotte. 80, yeah. But you see, this is the 90s now, and what you're looking at the role model of the 90s. Yeah, you kids need a role model. I'm a good one. You're looking at a role model of the 90s, and you, too, can be a winner like me. Ask me how it feels. It feels great. And in Charlotte, I'm going to show you how good it feels. Yeah, you too, Steamboat.
And then for all the marbles, the champion, the Tennessee stud Robert Fuller.
Yeah, and before we get started, I know there's a lot of people out there saying, where's his shiny new belt? Well, let me tell you, you go back to beloved Tennessee across the mountains and look in my safety deposit box locked up there real big. It is because, you know, I heard something about you people there in Charlotte. I heard that you people saying Ricky Steamboat, maybe Vince Torrelli, or whoever can beat the Tennessee stud. You gotta be stupid or you gotta be a liar. And if you're a liar, you're a sneak, and then you're a thief, baby. And I'm not gonna lay my belt down for no thief. I'm going to come to Carolina one more time. I'm going to take this Torrelli boy, and I'm going to work you over Tennessee dog whipping style, Daddy.
He used to laugh at people.
Making his way to the ring, weighing 235 pounds from Charlotte, North Carolina, here is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. His opponent, weighing 245 pounds from Raleigh, North Carolina, Bob Emery.
Well, you saw right there on his way into the ring, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat getting a good luck kiss from the little dragon. That's his son right there.
That's a beautiful young man he has there.
He certainly is, and he's awfully proud of him. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in action against Bob Emery, wearing the blue trunks. Sal Correnti, the referee for this encounter. Ricky, who injured himself a couple of weeks ago at the hands of the Maniac Matt Bourne. And we certainly hope that leg is coming along well. I talked to him before the matches today, and he says it feels well, and he's a competitor. He can play with pain.
That's right. Yeah, in this business right here, you've got to be able to play with pain. There's such thing as playing with injury, and injury can be very dangerous, but pain is a part of this business.
Well, one of the guys who certainly is on a collision course with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is the current North American Wrestling Association heavyweight champion, the Tennessee stud Robert Fuller. And he had some choice comments for Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Just a few weeks ago, I came out here to you people with a little history lesson. I told you about Tennessee and the greats like Davy Crockett and Elvis Presley and Alvin C. York, the greatest fighting man that ever lived. And as if I wasn't standing out here telling the truth, I guess right now it speaks for itself, because you're looking at the Tennessee stud, the hottest thing happening in Tennessee right now, the North American champion, and Ricky Steamboat. They wrote a song for me in Nashville, son, and you better listen to it. It says, stud, no one compares. Nobody compares to you.
Well, certainly humility, not one of his finer qualities, but certainly confidence is. The North American heavyweight champion, Robert Fuller. And you can bet that he is on a collision course with a man they call the Dragon, Ricky Steamboat. Steamboat in against Bob Emery, wearing the blue trunks. You're watching the North American Wrestling Association. Ted Webb and Gene Ligon with you today. Sal Correnti calling for the break.
Sal Correnti, of course, one of the top officials in the area. Very tough man. Of course, Ricky's Dragon Steamboat fighting back. There he is, a big body slam. Bob Emery, one of the toughest men in the NAWA right now. A good amateur background.
And a tough competitor, a strong man. He's taking on a fellow that was a former Mr. North Carolina in 1982, Ricky Steamboat.
That's right, Ricky Steamboat from Charlotte, North Carolina. Of course, some friends of mine up there, Tom and Polly Parrott. Of course, their sons, Billy and Tommy. Their daughters, Nikki and Paige. And, of course, their little old dog, Corky.
Got to say hi to the gang up there.
Send our love to them.
And we'd like to say hi to Christopher Bristow in Spartanburg, South Carolina, who watches us on Channel 4 WYFF in Greenville, South Carolina. He's got us up on that satellite dish donated by the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Thank you for joining us, Christopher. We hope you're enjoying the action on the NAWA. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat trying to fire back, trying to recapture the momentum in this match. A momentum that he has lost to Bob Emery. He's got Emery up for a body slam, and Emery lands on him. 1, 2. I'm not convinced that leg is in full 100% shape.
That might be an example of why the leg might be a little injured.
You got it. He tried to lift him up for the body slam and couldn't sustain the weight, Bob. Or excuse me, Gene. Why am I'm talking to Emery.
Well, Bob's not listening too well right now because Ricky the Steamboat just threw a big chop across the chest. There he goes for a little flip to the back. And here comes Ricky, high in the air, chop across the eye.
Yes, sir. We were talking about the talents of Ranger Ross and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, both trained in the martial arts, both capable of putting you out like right now. Bob Emery surprising the Dragon with a boot to the face. And he's getting him up for what appears to be, no, I thought he was going to go for the pile driver. He's trying, but he's not. Nice reversal and backdrop. Ricky may have answered some questions about that leg.
Well, that back short didn't hurt him, I tell you that right now. That took a lot of power because that's a 240-something pound man there that Ricky just picked up like he was nothing.
And he's got him up again for a play. Emery, stunned. Look at the eyes of the Dragon. Look into the eyes of the Dragon.
That's the intensity you need in this business.
Totally focused. Has him up for some play. And I'll tell you right now, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat appears to be feeling that the end is near. You see that look. Focused, concentrating.
Setting his man up.
So this is the way you do a backbreaker, my friend. Got him up in the air. No, not at all. Ricky powering back out. And he reverses it. Whoa! Gene Ligon.
I can't believe that. That's a combination of 2 or 3 moves right there. Reversals, switches, and everything.
Hey, you got to hand it to Emery, who did a great job in there. But, man, what a performance. What a turnaround. Let's look at it on the slow-motion instant replay, Gene.
Ricky picks him up for a pile driver, loses his balance. Emery pins him there for a second. Gets up, and then Ricky takes advantage of a slight mistake. 1, 2, 3. There it is.
Stick around. We've got lots more to go. Ted Webb and Gene Ligon. This is the North American Wrestling Association.
Making their way to the ring right now with a combined 660 weight from New York City. Here are Sags and Knobs, the Nasty Boys.
And my partner's very beautiful. And everybody knows that. We're the class of the fight of pro wrestling.
Their opponents weighing 240 pounds from Columbus, Georgia, Ricky Wilson. His partner weighing 235 pounds from Columbia, South Carolina, Butch Malone.
Well, if you dial an insult and you got a busy signal, just keep your ears open because you're going to be fulfilled by the Nasty Boys.
The Nasty Boys are a walking insult line, aren't they, Ted?
Well, I'll tell you what, Gene, some people earn their reputation inside the ring. These guys have earned it both in and out of the ring. Brutally rude, one-track mind, and that is hurt. That's right. But you got to hand it to them. They're winners.
Two of the toughest tag teams right there. That's a tough tag team you're looking at. That right there could go against anybody in the world and come out on top.
Well, certainly one job that I don't envy and one job that I'm glad I don't hold tonight is that of referee. Byron Richard will have his handful. The Nasties are a formidable group in the ring, very intimidating, and they don't just try to intimidate their opponents, they try to intimidate the referee as well.
That's right. After this match is over with, I'm sure Byron will have to go and get some psychological help because he'll be a little dizzy.
Into the ring right now, Ricky Wilson. He and his partner, Butch Malone, taking on the Nasty Boys. The bell is rung. We are underway. You are watching the North American Wrestling Association. Ted Webb along with my partner at ringside, Gene Ligon. Clean break. Nice break.
Ted, do you think these guys actually go and get their hair cut and pay for it?
You know, Gene, time must have passed me by. I take a look at that and I ask the question, why? And then I ask myself, why even bother? Yes. I guess it goes along with the temperament. There you see the elbow, succession of elbows to the midsection, side headlock.
Now, there's some wrestling moves. They can wrestle.
Yeah, they can. Sags in the ring right now. And refusing to relinquish the hold on the hair of Ricky Wilson.
Byron right on the spot there, pulling the hair. He's got to break the hold. He did.
You know, that's one of the disadvantages of having long hair and being in the ring. Gene, Rick Wilson right here is really at a disadvantage, especially when you're going up against a tandem that would really relish getting a handful of that stuff.
You're giving them a weapon. And when you give somebody a weapon, and I know in amateur wrestling, they don't allow you to have long hair. You got to keep it short at all times.
A face that only a mother could like, and she could be joking.
That's right.
That's Sags right there, the Nasty Boys. Raunchy, nasty, streetwise, mean.
They could do a commercial for the Dental Foundation for flossing.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Into the ring is Knobs. Knobs, the more aggressive of the two Nasty Boys. He's basically the spokesman for the organization. Look at him.
I think he thinks he's very pretty.
He does. Well, his partner thinks that he's a sex symbol. He says, look at this physique. Women go crazy over it.
Crazy? That's a good word. Crazy.
That's an appropriate definition of what some women might, any woman caught dead with these guys.
Tell you, they do everything. They headbutt you. They elbow you. They hit you with fists. They chop you.
They come at you from every angle, Gene, and consistently. You don't get a break. We talk about that competitive edge. They got it. They don't go away. Nice leg dive. Ricky Wilson with a leg dive.
Go for it, Ricky.
Go for it. Ricky going to apply a little extra pressure on that kneecap. And Sags is feeling it, too.
He needs to do a little more than that. He's giving him a little respite there.
Yep. Yep.
Now he tagged out.
Tag is made. Butch Malone into the ring. Full force on that left knee. Sags is stunned right now. You can see the look of pain. Spinning that toe and applying the pressure. Don't let go of that. Well, if you don't keep a nice firm grip on that,
you'll lose it.
You're going to lose it.
Maybe stretching him from here to there.
Yes, he is. There's that boot.
Yeah.
There's that boot to the back of the head. These guys, I'll tell you, they know all the angles. They know all the angles. Look at this. Guess who has found himself in the same rat trap?
Same thing.
Old Knobs in the ring in trouble right now.
Apparently these young men have been watching wrestling and learning something from the old pros, going back to that area that's weak.
Well, I tell you, that's putting a smile on a lot of the fans that are here in attendance tonight because they don't like the Nasty Boys.
Well, I noticed a smile on your face.
Yeah, well, I am an impartial announcer, Mr. Ligon, but sometimes you cannot help. You cannot help but get involved. Butch Malone just thrown out of the ring right now. And Sags and Knobs right now in control, momentum going their way. Knobs is the blonde. For those of you that have watched, we have received some letters asking which is which of the Nasty Boys. Knobs is the blonde. He is the one you're seeing in action right now. The dark-haired one is Sags. And the one in trouble on the outside of the ring is Butch Malone. Tag is made. No, that was no tag made. He went over and intimidated Ricky Wilson. He humiliated him. Ricky trying to get back into the ring. And to be honest with you, I'm surprised that they're leaving Butch Malone alone.
Well, I saw Knobs go up there. Who's Sags?
The blonde is Knobs.
Well, Sags, whoever kicked him in the head just a second ago, while, of course, Knobs had the attention of the other wrestler.
Tag is made. There's a boot to the midsection. Sags into the ring, powering with that elbow to the back of the head.
Now they're going back to what they do best, power.
And they do. They do a great job of it. Into the turnbuckles. Tag is made. They stay fresh. They're fluid as a team. Back to the other turnbuckle. And now we're going to see a little bit of action. How would you like to have this land on you, huh? How would you like to have that land on you? 300 pounds of nasty on your chest. And then ramming the face into the canvas.
He picks him up.
Picks him up for that super slam. And you know what's going to happen after that.
There's the tag.
There's the tag, the super slam, and then you're going to get Sags from the top rope. Airborne, 1990 style nasty boys. I'll tell you what. They could pin him right now if they wanted to. And he's going to. 1, 2, 3. Not only pinning him, but humiliating the man by merely putting your foot on his head. The winners of the match, Nasty Boys. Let's go to the slow motion instant replay and see what happened, Gene. Describe the action here. The action we've seen so many times before from this group. This unruly, gruesome twosome.
He's high atop. Knobs, of course, ready to make the big dive. He's got a long way to go. A big man, an elbow across the solar plexus, rolls over his man like he's not even there, and puts the foot against the face for the 1, 2, 3 count. The man's out cold.
If you haven't had your share of excitement yet, stick around because the Maniac, Matt Bourne, is up next as we continue on the North American Wrestling Association.
Weighing 240 pounds from Charlotte, North Carolina, here is David Eisley. His opponent weighing 265 pounds from Dallas, the Maniac, Matt Bourne.
Well, one of the favorite sons of the Carolinas, David Eisley, super competitor, both in and out of the ring. He's taking on a guy that's a rough, tough customer, Gene Ligon. We're talking about Matt Bourne, the Maniac.
Of course, David Eisley, a young man coming up in wrestling, been wrestling for a couple of years near my home, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Nice arm drag from Matt Bourne. Nice arm drag from David Eisley. Another nice arm drag from Eisley. And Matt Bourne says, wait a minute.
Well, Matt's been wrestling different individuals over the last couple of weeks who didn't have as much experience as David. I think he might be underestimated.
Well, I'll tell you what, we certainly know the capacity of David Eisley. David Eisley puts on a tremendous match every time you see him in action.
Gives 110% of everything he does.
There's a nice reversal there. Hammerlock on Matt Bourne. Bourne catches him with an elbow, bouncing off the ropes, knocking him down, and then you see the Maniac look in the eyes. Matt loves this. Turning around. Uh-oh. Leg dive. Actually, the leg whip, right?
That's right. David comes out with a good move. A reversal.
Applying the hammerlock. Maniac Matt Bourne.
Nice and tight. David's got to keep it in there tight because Maniac Matt Bourne is a tremendous wrestler.
Second generation Bourne, too. Tony Bourne's offspring.
Oh, he's good.
Crazier than the old man, they say.
That is hard to believe.
That's hard to believe, but they say he is. Into the ropes, your referee, Ron Hanna, asking for the break, and on the break, he almost got tagged as Matt Bourne catches Eisley.
Well, that's the experience of Matt Bourne. He got the official to get in the way and used that to get a cheap shot in.
Cheap maybe by the nature of it, but he's got him up for that sleep. Is that the sleeper he was going for?
He was going for it. Just showing he can ply a hole at any time he wants to.
Well, I'll tell you what, Eisley better watch it. He looked like he was vulnerable for it. Nice belly to belly.
Just picked him up like a sack of potatoes. Matt knows how to use leverage for his advantage.
You know, we talk about Matt Bourne, about how tough he is, but the guy can also take punishment.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you, he's got a chin, and I mean, the guy, it's almost like he loves it. It's like, hit me, you know?
If you dish it out, you better be able to take it.
Yeah, you got it. A lot of people can dish it out, my friend, but not everybody can take it.
Good move by David.
That'll have him singing with the Vienna Boys Choir.
Couple forearms. Now he's got to get on him real tight now.
David Eisley in the black trunks. Matt Bourne also in black trunks with the beard right now. Into the ropes they go. Ron Hanna coming over, asking for the break. the ropes she goes, misses him with an elbow, comes back, a flying body press. 1, 2, and on the count of 1.5, Matt Bourne is out of trouble.
David goes for a drop kick, catches Matt right. Matt slaps his feet away.
Yep.
One time too many, David.
Yep, Matt's too smart for that bet. Catch him the first time, second time in trouble. There's that spinning neck breaker. Whoa. And now he is going in for that version of the camel clutch.
Got a camel clutch, chicken wing cross face, various names for it, but it does the job.
There it is. The winner of this match is Matt Bourne. Matt Bourne, successful in his outing against David Eisley. Why don't we take a look at that one on instant replay, Gene? We'll look at it on the slow motion camera, and I want you to describe the action as you see it right there. Matt Bourne pinning David Eisley, actually getting the submission.
Matt Bourne, of course, picking David up with a neck breaker, setting up for this chicken wing crossface, a camel clutch, as most people call it, tightening it down. Not a very good angle right here, but as the camera switches around, there it is. You see the pressure on the shoulder, and the referee calls for the bell. And we'll be right back after these words, but with more action still to come.
This is six-man tag team action. Making their way to the ring, weighing 230 pounds from Tampa, Florida, Dean Malenko, along with weighing 235 pounds from San Diego, Vince Torrelli, and weighing 250 pounds from Norfolk, Virginia, Mark Fleming. Their opponents, weighing 230 pounds from Los Angeles, California, Hollywood Landell. His partners, weighing a combined 580 pounds from Little Chicago, the Ringlords, Speedy Gonzalez and Rexx Slagle.
It's Rexx Slagle. If you can't say it right, don't say it at all.
I'll say it the way I want to say it.
Say it right.
Confrontation in the ring right there between the ring announcer Fabian Fuentes and Rexx Slagle, who wanted to make sure that his name was pronounced correctly. Rexx Slagle. He and Speedy Gonzalez, along with Tommy Landell, taking on perhaps a little bit more than I think they're capable of dealing with tonight, Gene.
They are taking on a bunch of young men who are excellent amateur wrestlers.
Landell in the ring against Dean Malenko from Tampa, Florida. Malenko, second-generation wrestler, son of the great Boris Malenko, Professor Boris Malenko. Trained by Carl Gotch and is what we call a tremendous acrobat. Scope this. You will see Malenko show you maneuvers and moves that, Frank, I haven't seen.
Not a long time. This man right here is bringing back wrestling like he used to do.
Now you saw he tried a hip lock, and Malenko immediately reversed it and got him into an arm drag takedown.
It's called making something out of nothing.
Yep. He learned a lot of his trade in the Orient. He has gone to the Orient to wrestle quite a bit. Used to team up with his brother Jody Malenko, and they spent quite a bit of time in Japan. And he has incorporated some of the Oriental style with that of the American, and has really come up together with a great combination. Into the ring right now is Mark Fleming. Mark Fleming, the owner of the International Heavyweight Championship.
Mark Fleming, I've known him a long time, a great guy, and a great wrestler.
No doubt about it.
He can get on the mat and go with anybody.
Coming into the ring right now after making the tag, one of the Ringlords, Speedy Gonzalez. Collar and elbow with Fleming. Fleming has him in a hip lock takedown. Sal Corretti, the referee. There's an arm drag and twist. And you will see Fleming. Deploying some of the tactics that you can recall the legend Lou Thez. Grapevining the arms.
That's right. Lou Thez has trained this young man.
Great belly to belly.
Has been working with him for the last few months and getting better and better every day. Look at that size of that man. He's right on top of you. What are you going to do?
Going to pressure. He's going to pressure. He's going to force you to come out of the shell. They're the Ringlords there exchanging ideas, perhaps, and they do have Mark Fleming into the ropes, into the corner. That's not a place you want to hang out at, Mark.
I'll tell you something. Exchanging ideas for the Ringlords is a definite big move.
Catching him with an elbow. Into the ring is Rexx Slagle now. Being caught with a forearm off the side of the head. Fleming regaining control. Nice backdrop. And the tag is made. Back into the ring comes Dean Malenko. Planting the boot to the side of the body of the rib cage. And catches a perfect quickly with a drop kick. Right off the side of his head, the tag is made. Into the ring comes Speedy Gonzalez as Slagle doesn't want any more of Dean Malenko.
See the height that Dean got in the air.
Watch this. The tag is made. The legal man in the ring is Vince Torrelli. Torrelli catching him up in the air. Boom! Wow! You describe that.
Well, that was a reverse back slam with a drop kick to help get the momentum up. And that don't feel good.
Nice suplex. Right about now, Speedy Gonzalez is looking around to see if either Landell or his partner Slagle wants in. Slagle in the ring. Torrelli, unaware that the tag was made, was caught. Both men throwing him into the ring ropes. And Torrelli reversed that. Torrelli reversed that. But he's being brought back into the corner. I don't believe that was a legal tag with Landell. He was nowhere near the corner when he made the tag.
Sure wasn't. The referee didn't allow it either.
Yeah, and he didn't allow it. He caught that. This is the first time we've seen the Ringlords in action as a tag team. We have seen them as individuals in solo matches. Nice maneuver by. It's a joy to watch Vince Torrelli in the ring.
So many moves. He does them so well.
I tell you what, you can see that Paul Jones has done a fantastic job of blending this team of Malenko and Vince Torrelli together. And then when you throw in a little added touch of Mark Fleming, how can you lose? Wow! Tommy Landell got hit like a 44 Magnum on that one.
Tommy's seeing nothing but toes and heels.
Yes, sir. Is wrestling a tough game? Did you see the scar on the back of Malenko's neck? Whoa, great maneuver. He's got Landell. 1, 2, 3. This match is all over. The winners of this match, Dean Malenko, Vince Torrelli, and Mark Fleming, accompanied by their advisor, Paul Jones. Let's take a look at this one again on the slow motion instant replay. Gene, you describe the action.
Well, here we come, Ted, with a great move. Landell, of course, whips off Dean Malenko. There's a few shots, an arm whip. Dean does a handstand off the top ropes, comes down, turns around. Malenko picks him up for a nice salto. And there he is for the 1, 2, 3 count.
We've got ourselves a winner there. And speaking of winners, I got a couple of winners I'm talking to right now, Gene Ligon. We're talking, of course, about Ranger Ross and Bo Ragin. And gentlemen, it's a pleasure to see you guys in action. You have seen the competition here, Ranger Ross. Tell me what's in store for you.
It's tough here. The competition is more stiffer than 2 inches of homogeneous steel. Now that's the toughest steel in the world. But let me tell you something. Me and my main man Bo here, we're going to take care of business. And this is the bottom line to all the people that's going to enter in the tag team tournament. Those who kick the hardest, push the hardest, and squeeze the hardest usually come out victorious. Now, we have mastered that art of kicking because I wear a size 13 shoe. And when I kick you, we'll go down. Tell them about it, my main man.
Hey, we don't care who it is. Nasty's have been talking a big fight, and Cold Steel's got a partner. They're talking. It doesn't matter who it is, what time it is, because from the beginning of that tournament to the end, you're going to see this tag team at the top.
Got to tell you guys, you're at a disadvantage just having teamed up now. Some of these guys have been working together for a long, long time, but we like what we've seen of you so far.
Well, you know, tag team continuity takes a little time, but you know what? We go hang out at the disco, we boogie together, we party together, we train together, and we live together, and we will fight together. See, united we stand, divided we fall. Me and him, we together through thick and thin, so we're going to go eat some collard greens when we get through here. Now, nothing bonds you together better than collard green, and that's where I look at all these tag team people here. See, when it all comes down to, it reminds me of a story where my mom was cooking some collard greens one time. She put a big mess in the pot, and when she got through cooking, it was only a little bit. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. When it comes right down to it, it's only a little bit around here.
Guys, I want to wish you the best of luck, continued success, and really with that tournament coming up, my thoughts are with you.
Well, we appreciate it, and we're gonna have to go get on our P's and Q's because we got a lot of homework to do.
Ranger Ross and Bo Ragin, and they're hungry. They want the North American Wrestling Tag Team Championship. Guys, thank you for joining us.
Let's go get some collard greens.
All right, save belts up. Save a little bit for me. When we join again next week, we're going to have the North American Wrestling Association champion, Ron